last week we was on episode 1 of season 4, and that account came from John chapter 8, verses 1 through 11. Notable themes. This is in most Bibles. The title will say the adulterous woman or the woman that committed adultery. So it's all about adultery and unrighteous judgment, as we learned as we went through that passage. There's the cross reference that I used. There was no word study, but I'm going to point you to the reflection. Because in this reflection, what we talked about was these two different denominations, the scribes and the Pharisees, that developed before YESHUA. This is after the exile of Babylon, and it continued in the form of the faith of Judaism today. So you have these two denominations, the scribes and the Pharisees, come and bring this woman who they said was caught in the actual act of committing adultery. And we learned that this was the unrighteous judgment because the man, the adulterer himself, was missing. So if she was caught in the actual act, where is the man? So we also learned about different consequences of sin. And so YESHUA challenged them. So the one of you who is without sin, or the one who has sinned in the same sin, the same matter, you throw the first stone. Because we know that not all sins, consequences is been stoned. So we went over how many roundabout that was in last week's teaching. Now, throughout this teaching and this event that's going on, what we discovered is, using the cross reference that we did the research on, is that YESHUA, according to the instructions, wasn't able to pass the judgment anyway for her to be stoned. Because the man is missing, and of course, there were all the witnesses for this. So those are my reflections. Now let's talk about this application, because again, the focus is on unrighteous judgment and adultery. So my application is to remember, as a married person, that lust in the heart, lusting after someone, is already at the point of you committing adultery. It's already there. Adultery is not about the act. It's what's already conceived in the heart. So all married people need to understand that. The questions I have before you is, who are you following? I think that's a question that we will have every week. Who are you following? And what is sin? Is sin according to your denomination, non-denomination, religious system? Or is sin called sin by missing the mark that's actually written in the scriptures? So those are things that I encourage for you to take further in your studies. And eventually we're going to get through what is sin, because on Tuesdays, we're already going through the Torah to understand the foundation of missing the mark.